Hello and welcome back to another episode of the DIYguy.net. Alright, today we're going to be showing you how to replace a starter in a 2008 F250 with the 6.4 Powerstroke. So this is going to work from 2008 to 2010 with trucks with the 6.4 Powerstroke. The 6.0 would probably be very similar as well. So we're going to go ahead and start by getting an 8mm socket and a ratchet and removing our negative terminals off our batteries on both sides, as is a dual battery truck. And then we'll go ahead and climb underneath and start removing the old starter. Alright, so we just tucked that one down in there just so it can't pop up and accidentally retouch the terminal. You could put a rag or something over there to make sure it can't make contact. We're going to go ahead and take the other side off real quick. We won't show you that because it's the same thing. And then we'll go ahead and climb under the truck and go ahead and start removing the starter. Alright, so we're on the passenger side. Right here you can see our passenger exhaust manifold. Right here is our up pipe going to the turbo, and right here is our starter. So we need to undo this 13mm bolt. There's another one here that holds our main harness wire right here to the starter on a lug right here. So we'll get that removed. Then we can go ahead and remove this stud that's behind it that actually is holding the starter on. There's a nut on here just holding this bracket for our main power going to our starter. The main power for the starter, I believe it's going to be a 15mm. And then for our signal wire here is going to be a 10mm. And then on the very top side is another 13 that actually holds the starter to the truck. With that one up top, this one here, and this one here, then we'll go ahead and remove the old starter. So I'm going to go ahead and get the wiring undone first, and then we'll go ahead and get the 13s all out of the way. So I'm kind of reaching through the front arm here to get up there and get on it. Now that does have a washer on it, so which I think, yeah, is part of the nut. So we'll go ahead and set that aside. So we'll get that 15 up there, and then also the 10, so we can go ahead and remove it. $15mm. Get it on up there. We'll get the cable off now. There we go. Connections look good and clean. We'll kind of tuck that out of the way. Somewhere here. So we couldn't get a 13mm socket on there. So we got a 13mm stubby wrench. We'll see if that'll do the trick. This 13 stubby seems to be working pretty good. We'll go ahead and get this top bolt all the way out. It's pretty close. We can get it by hand. And then we'll remove the other two, and we should be able to just pop this starter right out. Get rid of the wrench. Alright, we'll grab a 13mm deep. Alright, for this other one, like I said, it's a stud. So you need a 13mm deep. Alright, so like I said, this was the stud holding our wiring in the middle bolt. So we just need to get this last one out right here. We should be good. Alright, I'll go ahead and set that aside. Alright, so now we should be able to wiggle the starter down and kind of out this opening back here, narrow down pipe. So go ahead and move the wiring back out of the way here, on the other side of our dipstick, or somewhere just to kind of hold it out of the way. Now this is kind of heavy, so make sure you got good 2 hands on it. Don't drop it on your head. Alright. We'll twist down. We'll go ahead and pull this sucker out. Alright, so we got the old starter removed. We're going to go ahead and clean up our mating surface before we go ahead and put the new one in. We're just going to make sure it's clean. Alright, so we're ready to put our new starter in. I'm going to go ahead and take the signal terminal wire off, the nut and the washer. Also our bigger power wire as well, the nut and the washer, so I don't end up losing them, taking them off up there inside the truck. We did end up going with an XPD HD gear reduction starter. Now we're not going to tighten this all the way, we're just going to snug it so we can go ahead and get the other ones started. Alright, so we got the bottom one started. We'll go ahead and get that center one started here. That stud with the nut. So we did end up buying the bolt kit for the starter. So this bottom bolt is going to be a bigger head now. We're going to use the factory one here as it holds our wiring. So we're using that stud, but we do have one of the newer black oxidized bolts here. So we'll go ahead and put that up top. One tight. Alright, we'll tighten the middle one now. We ended up buying the bolt kit, the black oxidized bolt kit that you can get from XPD Diesel. So this bottom bolt is a different size now. It's going to be a 19 millimeter. We still used our same stud here as we want to connect our wiring back on, but we did use the new black oxidized bolt on the top, the 13 millimeter. So 13 millimeter, 13 millimeter, and then a 19 millimeter down here. Alright, we got all our bolts tight, holding the starter in. We're going to go ahead and grab some sandpaper here. We're going to go ahead and clean our ends, even though they're not that bad. We'll do it while we got it apart. So we'll go ahead and pull this back out. Get it down here, like I said, we'll just give it some sandpaper cleaning. As you can see, they're really not that bad, but alright, we'll go ahead and get this on our main lug, on our signal, and then get this bracket back on our stud right there. Alright, so now that we got all our wiring where it needs to be, we'll go ahead and grab our lock washer and nut And we'll get it on the bigger power wire up there. Do the one for our bracket. Then we'll go ahead, get our signal wire back on there as we knocked it off. We'll go ahead and grab the lock washer and the nut for that. Put that placed on there. Alright, so the bolt on the top of this new starter for the power cable is a 16 millimeter, so we'll go ahead and get a socket and ratchet for that and snug it down. So now we got the main cable nut tight. We'll go ahead and do our signal wire, which is going to remain that 10 millimeter. Alright, now that we got our signal wire nut tight, we'll go ahead and tighten this here to hold our bracket and our wiring in position. So we'll go ahead and put the 13 back on and tighten that one down. Alright, so we got that 13 millimeter nut right here snug down and tight, holding our bracket for our wiring to hold it in position. We got all of our starter bolts in. We tightened our signal wire nut and our actual power cable going to the starter. So that's it for installing the starter. We're going to go back up, reconnect our batteries, and give it a test start and make sure it works. Alright, so we're back up on top. Now's a good time to clean your battery terminal cables if you need to. These are pretty good. So we're going to reconnect our grounds on both sides, and then we'll go ahead and start the truck and see how it works. You don't want to over tighten these. You just want to snug it up so you can't wiggle it. Alright, we'll go ahead and do the other side, and then we'll hop inside the cab and start the truck. So as you can see, we got maybe 1.5 inches of snow or so. It's probably like 26 degrees or so, like I said when I started this. It's getting dark outside. We'll go ahead and see what the temperature is and see how she starts. Shut the radio off here. Go ahead and wait for that glow plug light to go out, which it just did. We'll go ahead and see if she starts. Not sure if you can see that, but it is now 20 degrees out or so, and seemed to fire right up. So the problem with this truck was the starter every once in a while would have like a dead spot. It wouldn't start. You know, maybe I have to climb underneath the wacko to hammer to get it to start, or let it cool all the way down and then it would start up. So hopefully that solves the problem with this truck, is replacing the starter. But that's it. We just tried to replace a starter in a 2008 to 2010 6.4 Powerstroke truck. Don't forget to click the link in the description, which will take you to our website for a full write-up. You can also click that subscribe button you placed in the middle for you. On the right, you'll find a recommended video just for you. And on the left side, you'll see our recent upload. Thanks for watching another episode of DIYguy.net.